Well, good morning. Today is September 21st. I'm in Aspen, Colorado at the Maroon Bells. Area I'm about to enter here is one of the most photographed in the state of Colorado. This trip is called the Epic. It is the 4-loop, and today is actually the day of the eclipse as well. So this was kind of a very impromptu. This is not in the path of totality, anything like that, but at this time of the year, this area generally gets an absolute zoo. Very popular hike, so I thought it might be a good idea to actually try this hike during the eclipse, just so it won't be as crowded at other times. But absolutely gorgeous bluebird right now. Could be raining in the afternoons, so the eclipse is maybe about an hour and a half from now, so I'll see what kind of progress I made. This will definitely be testing my skills. So again, Maroon Bells right here in front of me. So I'm going to try to get started a little bit. It'll be interesting to see how nature responds today during the eclipse. Got my glasses, but should be a good time, so I'm going to get started. All right, this is absolutely fantastic here. There is not a lot of people here. This is obviously about the trailhead where I had to take a bus to get here. And there's usually hundreds of people just in this area because everyone wants to photograph it. And the first 3 miles of the hike is pretty leisurely. Goes to Crater Lake area. Definitely smell the flowers and fauna. So I'm planning on doing 3 nights here. The nice thing about this hike is you can kind of take it at your pace, which works for you. I just talked to them, and they look like they're in really good shape. They did it in 2, but you're doing, again, it's about a 28-mile loop, and there are some designated sites on the way. Other areas it's very open, so that means I'm sure there's good areas and bad areas. Alright, so I'm about a half hour into the hike, and as you can see, the trail is very easy to read. It's very rocky, doable. Prepping for the trip, I was watching some videos, and some people will run this in 5 hours. So I would definitely think you want to have a good toe box, because there's rocks everywhere. You're constantly looking at where you're going and what you're stepping on. Kind of an idea right here. Also watched a couple other videos. People make really good professional ones, unlike mine where it's go stop, put it together. One in particular, David Gray makes awesome videos, and I remember he mentioned there was an area where it felt like you were racing people with backpacks. I kind of get that feeling too. I probably passed about 10 people, and I've had 2 pass me. So by the lake area, there's I think 11 sites, something like that. So there is a way where it's first come, first serve. There's some places that are really nice to stay, and others where you just sort of make do. Eclipse is about an hour away, so feeling good so far. So I'm probably going to take a break at the first stream, fill up in water, stay hydrated. The other thing is it is hot. I wore a long sleeve just because I know the passes will be cold. And every time I backpack, I always make one error. And for me, that was I wore my sandals in from the drive in Denver today, and I had my socks laying next to them. I didn't put them on for the ride. Well, I left them at home. So when I did get to the trailhead after taking the bus, I did have to take everything out of my pack and put my socks on and all that to get going. So I will clean them out each day. So I'm going to rotate the 1 pair, but it will be good. All right, so here's my first major sign. So I'm doing the clockwise. I will be doing the 1970 route. Alright, so here is West Maroon Lake. You can see a lot of people are chilling out. Going to get a good view of the eclipse. Very wide open here. I'm going to gamble with it and try to get a little further up. And I'll see a lot of people at day pack, so this actually probably would be a good place to watch it from. Plus you're out of nature, but so far, very, very quiet out here. No birds, no animal life or anything, but here's a view of the first pass that I'll be hitting. A hike, you hear about a couple of the stream crossings. I just hit the first one, and I think it's going to be manageable. You can hear a group in front of me, 20 really loud people. But I think I can leave the boots on and all that stuff. And if I fall in here, I deserve it. So 1 step over. All right, clear. That's really low. So I was, if it was going to be big, and it can be in other times of the year. Okay, still hiking along. A lot more plant life now inside a trail. I think earlier I referenced something as cucumber. I think I meant to call it either rhubarb or celery, but the red, it's got to be rhubarb. And keep in mind the season up here being mid to end of August is about right, whereas in the backyard in the Denver metro it's May, so I'll change that. Trail's getting a little bit muddy, not horrible, but it's definitely easy to follow. Here's a marker ahead, so this area is big for campers that will come in, fly in, drive up. It's a long day, so big area for campers. Alright, so it's about 11:25 and it's probably 80% covered right now. Obviously a good view. Yeah, the glasses do a lot. It's kind of funny that when you look at the camera, like right now, you can't see 6 inches in front of your face. There's also no cool way to really rock these. But alright, so this is where I'm going to be sitting during the eclipse, and I think I'll take a snack break as well. So I will check in when it's all over. But I think I'd rather be here than in Nebraska, Wyoming with 1 million people right now. Alright, so now at the river crossing, I'm debating if I'm going to go over these rocks without taking my boots off or not. Looks like it's doable. So a couple more backpackers are coming now, but it's pretty easy. So I think I'm going to give that a shot. Doesn't look like it rained in the past day or two, but it's definitely muddy. If it was rainy, this would be a pretty yucky section to be doing. So I'm kind of trying to step over everything, because you get really muddy boots, you're stuck with them. So, all right, gonna keep on moving on. All right, another stream crossing. Do I dare get my feet wet? It looks doable. I'm also the klutzy guy that would be the guy that would actually trip and go into it. So, with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and put my sandals on and hike on over. All right, this should be my last water crossing for the day. Again, I'm just playing it safe. It's not deep or fast, just enough to get you wet. Whew, definitely cold. Wouldn't end very well if I were to fall in here, because I got my shoes in this hand, my cane in this hand. So regardless, not a happy landing. Yeah, I describe it as cold but refreshing. And doing it barefoot would not be fun. Not at all. Alright, almost there. Alright. Now I gotta find an area to clean up, get back on it. Alright, so it's about 1:30. Funny, I've watched some of the other videos of people doing this, and I think these are called elder bushes around. But they look very tall. They're as tall as I am in some spots. They bend with you. No big deal, but they will obstruct some of your view. But you can tell there's been a lot of precip out here. So here's a view of where I'm going. Again, with the GoPro, so it doesn't have a zoom on it. That's the saddle right up there, so I'm pointing at it. I can see the trail. I doubt the GoPro will pick it up. The goal today was to hit this first saddle. I've done this too. Maybe go a mile and camp, or if the weather looks alright and I'm feeling okay, see if I can do 2 of them. Again, I don't know. I can definitely tell you my energy level is definitely hitting it. I live in Denver, just under 5,800 feet, but that doesn't matter a ton once you're out here, because this pass over here I think goes to right around 12.5. So, but what I like, look how many people you see. There is no one here. And it's funny, I bumped into a couple that I've passed, and we all talked about the eclipse, and it was like, this is a little better out here. So, all right, I'll probably film once I get on these switchbacks up here. But awesome place. If you had really new shoes, they're gonna get muddy out here and beat up a little bit. Right now there's mud everywhere. You try to avoid it, but if you were caught in a rainstorm out here, it would be really muddy and yucky, and you just deal with it. So, all right, wind is picking up. Tell them the elevation. So straight behind me is the route. It goes right between the there's like 4 giant rocks sticking out up there. It goes just to the left of my belief. Marmot, he was barking at me a little bit. But, great view. Definitely, you are in open alpine out here. And the wildflowers are definitely out. Some clouds. They don't look too scary yet, but boy, hopefully I can get through this pass. It's 150 right now. Half hour is probably pushing it, maybe 45 minutes, and I can't wait to get up there. You definitely... All right, maybe about a half mile to go until I reach the summit. It's gonna be a long half mile. Trail. Two people just got up there. That's where I came from. I bumped into that group earlier, and here's just wide open. So just kind of got to get your cadence, one foot in front of the other, kind of pick out little landmarks and say, all right, take a little break. But really it's just kind of controlling how much you're willing to suffer on doing this. But it is doable. It's very beautiful. Wind actually feels good right now, cooling down. All right, so I'm at the top of the pass. It's about 2:15. Not too bad. Nice and windy up here, but it feels pretty good. So, nice panoramic over here, and this is where I am going. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on the way down, and maybe have a snack in a bit. All right, so I am on my way down now. And again, I believe that was Maroon Peak. The name could be wrong. Like I said, I'm a little lightheaded-ish right now. I remember the elevation was 12,465. So this is a wicked trail. So again, it's very easy to spot and see. Once I get down to there, it's a good drop. I can start looking for sights or decide if I'm going to push them further. If I do that, I'm going to have to stop and get some food. So all I've had are a couple of cheese wedges today and a fig bar. So my energy level is definitely low. Although going down the hill doesn't feel nearly as bad, but man, if it was raining right here on you and you were caught in this, this would not be very fun. Slippery. All right, safely made it down. Again, just over my shoulder is where we came from. So just a couple switchbacks over there. Nice. What I like about over here is there's not a sound, there's no breeze, there's no nothing. It's just dead silent out here. Saw marmots, and they were all the way in the top up there, living in the rocks. They bark you a little bit, but there were two people up there from Illinois. Talked to them for a little bit, so you don't really shoot a lot of beating around other people. So I'm probably within a half hour of starting to look for campsites or making a decision if I'm going to press on and get some bonus miles. But again, my goal today was to crest that first peak, find a spot, but any mile or two you can go further is one that you're taking out of your next days. So as long as I feel the energy, it'll be all right. All right, bad news, good news. Bad news is I ran out of water. Never happened before, but the good news is there's so much water out here, you don't have to carry a lot. That's why I ran out. So I just filled up right here from the spring coming down. Used my stirry pen, stirred around, UV light. 90 seconds later, got water. So good to go there. Actually, this side. I can see my direction is up there, so the decision point of do I try to do this pass? Oh, the wildflowers in here. Get the red ones. I think those are paintbrush. Red, purple, yellow. Again, the pollens are out. So I'm getting ready to do Frigidaire Pass. Figured I will attempt it today. It'd be great to get bonus miles in today, with one of them being another pass. Definitely no more after that. So obviously I still have to make it there and do it, but these are bonus miles. Some quite straight ahead. So I might get weather tonight, but the golden rule is I feel okay about it now. And as soon as you get to your site, get it set up. That way if weather comes in, at least you're dry and you're safe and all that good stuff. And I got water. So I'm going to keep pushing ahead. The only part about this area of the mountain is known as being the windiest part. I've heard it described as you can hear it while you're getting ready to peak it on the other side. So we shall see. And I still have a long ways to go, so I will check in before I get there. Whew. Still going along unreal. If you look ahead, the GoPro won't pick it out. All those white dots, I think those are sheep. They're making all this noise. I can hear them from 2 miles away. I thought I heard coyotes. And I'm like, oh, that's people joking around. But they're moving. So I should get a good view of them in about a half hour. But wow, you can hear them all the way out here. All right, well, here's my approach, and you see they're right on the trail. I'm going to find either sheep and not grizzly bears. Hopefully they're friendly because they're around them. There are hundreds of them here. While during the eclipse, they say animals do strange things. I don't know if this is strange, but it's definitely unusual. So I'll make my presence known. Hey ho, hey ho. Okay, I don't see big horns. Hey ho. See a big male right there, a couple. Hey ho. Coming through. We're all right. And they're all showing me their good side too. All right, so I get to herd sheep. I'm here to be their friend. And of course, this is on the uphill, so I can't really go fast anyway. But this is hundreds. Oh my goodness. It's just going to take one to be really mean. And what am I going to do? Nothing. This is one of those things, if you didn't have a GoPro, people probably wouldn't believe you. We're good. Thinking though, man, predators though, mountain lion, bear, whatever, they got to smell this and know what's going on, but they seem a little uneasy. All right, I'm now approaching Frigidere Pass. Here's the trail. Switchback. Damn. Right there. West Maroon. Frigidere is this way. I have to go through all this. All right. Well, here goes. I think I'm going to just keep this running. This may be a long video. Coming through. Friendly. Friendly. Yeah, they're weird today with the, I don't know, some kind of scat right there. They're behaving weird today with the eclipse. I have no doubt about it. None. I'm literally surrounded right now. Coming through. So it's incredible and scary at the same time. I would never, and it definitely smells farmy out here. Whew. God, the trail goes right through them. There's nothing I can do. Once I can get up there, I'm good. All right, friendly. We're friendly. Coming through. Right. There you go. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Friendly, friendly. Friendly, friendly. There's definitely plenty of them for to eat. I like that. This is like a controlled herd, so they're not... Yeah, I see orange stickers on some of them. Friendly, friendly. A brand. Friendly, friendly. Coming through. We're your friend. Alright, and of course now the uphill really starts, so I can't really go any faster. Alright, so the sheep have moved on. They are all down here. But just all over. And right behind me is the trail I'm going up right now. Yeah, it's tough. And a little bit of rain way over there. I think I'm still good right now, but I'm not going to hang out here too long, and 20 minutes, hopefully I'm there. Alright, made it to the top of Frigidere. This is 12,400 and change, and the wind is coming up from this side. Last look at the sheep. Again, they are just dotted all over down there. So that was the sign I was at earlier. But if you notice, yeah, they're all along the trail, which goes up there, comes through here. This has to be some of the steepest switchbacks that I've done in a long time. I mean, right here it just goes down. That was just boom, straight up right there. So, view from behind. You can see the clouds are definitely rolling in, so I'm going to try to get down here very fast and find a camp in the next hour, hopefully closer to 45 minutes, but I want to have a good camp as well. But so these are all bonus miles, so I'm going to go ahead and head on down, and here you're hearing them. So if you look behind me, you can maybe see some of the switchbacks. And it's a nice thing to trail. It's easy to gives you an idea that you're switching there, and all the way out there. So I'm going to try to camp somewhere down by that tree line over there. That's still quite a ways away, but gives you an idea. I have a big descent ahead of me here, but the nice thing about making this pass as well is you can sleep at 9,000 feet tonight instead of over there, which would have been in the 10s. And usually, since I just came to elevation, it's better to sleep a little bit lower if you can. So I'll be doing that unless the weather just bumps in here in the next 20 minutes. All right, so I will check in once I get down through all the zigzagging. All right, so I'm almost down, and awesome view. Gotta get the marmot guy in the shot with me too, though. The thing is, the trail is just laid out right in front of you. You can see everything. Literally just came from right up over there, and again, it's a lot of switchbacks. Easier on this side. If you were to come the opposite direction, going down when I just came up, whew, that'd be really, really steep descent. But that was definitely the harder of the two passes. I wouldn't say because of an energy thing, but just the incline itself was much, much steeper. No sheep over here, which is really kind of weird. They're hanging all together, and that's a good thing because I don't need them in my campsite tonight. All right, so hopefully you can see it's clouding up. So I'm hopefully about a half hour to those trees over there, and I won't be too picky, but the one thing you hear about this hike is how crowded it is. There's no one here. No one. Top of the peak, I saw two people. They were taking a different trail. And over here, I had one guy jogging. That was before the sheep. So as far as I know, no one behind me, no one in front of me. Most people that do this in a 3-night, 4-night, they do over here in the Fraybrook Basin is their night 2. So I got some good bonus miles today, probably about 6 of them. I figure I'll get about 12 in to start it out. So good miles. Hopefully I can keep that up. And I didn't do a rush to where I felt I was missing out on anything. It was all right in front of me. So, all right, I'm gonna keep following that trail, head over there, and get camp set up. Still at 11,000 feet, so I've been working my way down for a while. The wildflowers are definitely popping. Tree line should be right over the ridge here. I can tell I'm running out of gas. The trail, it's narrow for one, but I'm finding myself, when you get tired, your gait, when you swing your legs, gets a little lazy. So every now and then you hit the ground with it. I think it's still bushwhacking. Like I said, the elderbrush, whatever these things are called, they're pretty high. And as you look around, there is food everywhere. Rhubarb, flower buds. It does have a berry feel to it when you're kind of going through areas like this. So that's why I'm talking out loud right now. All right, should get a view here in just a minute of a giant waterfall. GoPro, I don't know how well it'll pick it up. And of course, it's just above where we are right now, but it's still wildflower galore. All right, so the day 1 is finally approaching. I actually checked mileage and I'm about 14 miles in, so by far the furthest I've ever hiked. Again, came from way up over there, or below the tree line. There was a couple sites in there, but they were kind of slanting. I wanted to get closer to the water. You can hear the water, although it is about 100 yards down that way. But obviously an established camp. That's not for me right there. I won't be making a fire, but got the tent set up really right as I got here about 5 o'clock. It was sprinkling coming from that way over there. Not heavy, but enough just to stop everything, get the tent set up. I've already made 2 trips down to water, cleaned up, had dinner, had mac and cheese, tuna, chocolate bar, peanut butter. I was pretty hungry today. And good morning. It is day 2, September 22nd, Tuesday. Just got up about 5 minutes ago, and first thought, it is cold, really cold. I'm definitely kind of down in a valley, so I know the cold air goes in, but you can see the sun is cresting just over there and over there because of the angle and everything. I probably won't see it for a while. It didn't rain last night, which was nice, but everything is very wet. If you look at my bag topper, that is actually frozen. So definitely got frost going. So I was trying to dry some clothes out of my tent last night and not too successful there. So I'm wearing those socks and all that now and drying them out. Definitely going to start the day with some hot coffee and food. Got the big jacket on and all that. So today's agenda, next pass, Snowmass Lake. If I'm feeling good, I'll probably try to go a little bit past Snowmass Lake again to add some additional miles. Alright, so it's just a touch before 8:30 and I'm going to head off on the trail. Feeling alright. Everything is definitely still wet. If you look in front of me, you can still see frost. It looks like where other people have tented in the past. And when I got my bear vault, which was, you know, just down the trail over there, the threads actually had frost in them. So it definitely got down to 32-ish. I think the plant life here, a lot of it just absorbs the dew at night and stuff like that, which is also why it's so lush here and all that. So, alright, so I'm now heading, I believe it's Trail Rider Pass. Ways to get there, but you see the sun, it's out, but it's not near this valley. We're just still underneath it, but maybe in a half hour or so it should peak out. So I'll maybe check it once I get some sights going, but day 2 is off and running. I just entered first sunlight, which feels awesome. You can see the trail again. It's pretty narrow, so everything you rub against is wet. So it's cold, wet, dewy water. That's why I got the leggings on. I'm sure it'll dry off in an hour or so with sunlight. And again, it should be ripe with animal life out here because there's food everywhere. So what I like about the trail is it's easy to find. The site's only 100 yards away from it. There's water by it, so you don't have to pack a lot of water. You're not going very far off the trails for your sites. But it is open wilderness, so you're kind of finding your own thing. Haven't passed anyone. I didn't hear anyone last night, so I definitely think that being toward the middle of the week, there's not a lot of people out here right now, and on weekends, Friday, Monday, they probably pack it up. So a good time to come is the middle of the week. Alright, I'm only 20 minutes in my hike. Spectacular view. So that's the waterfall. So I believe right now, mileage wise, I'm around the halfway point. Literally where I'm standing, straight down. Boom. That's a big drop. That's how far down we go, and you can actually see the trail over there. So give me a lot of downward travel still. And then I need to go back up to 12.4. But great looking view of the vista ahead. Waterfall. Plenty of water anyway. Again, it didn't rain last night. That's just still coming down from melting snow and all that good stuff. Pretty good incline right here. You get down and switch back. So even if you're going the other way, there's definitely, regardless, you're going to be hitting switchbacks and elevation changes. So I'll give you one more shot of the valley that I'm heading down. Alright, made it down, no problem. You see the giant waterfall behind me. That's awesome. Like I said, the sun is out, but we're still in the valley, so everything is still very wet. My shoes are soaked, not inside of them, but the outside is. So I'm going to keep moving along here. I am below 10,000 feet now. So it has me thinking that, wow, I've got a lot of work ahead of me to head back up to the next peak is around 12.4 and change. So hope it'll level out for a bit and gradually start going up. But very nice shot of that waterfall. Alright, at the first river crossing. Not bad, but got other people here too, and one guy went for it. Definitely cold, but easy. If you were barefoot, it wouldn't feel great, but doable. And good views as well. All right, so it's about 11:30. I finally got the first view of where I'm going. Faint trail. Look right in between that saddle behind me. Goes right up there, but most of this hike is you haven't got a really good look at where you're going. Past one group of 6 college students. They actually passed me about a half hour ago. And I just passed them about 15 minutes ago. But otherwise, I haven't seen anyone out here. But for a long time, we were hiking just close enough to where I could constantly hear their conversation, so I wasn't filming. I also noticed that my batteries, it was so cold last night, are kind of low. So I'm trying to conserve them so I can get the best shots that I can as I'm doing this. Alright, if you look behind me, final push on Trail Rider Pass. Awesome views. It's still tough. This one actually took a longer time to get to it, but once you're on it, it's about the same, but it's just getting to it. Here's your vista from here. So certainly beautiful. So again, you can see the trail. Right now I count 4 hikers up there. I don't recall bumping into any of them. The people behind me are taking a break. I've seen them though. So you definitely get a good upper angle view. So hopefully I can get up there in less than a half hour. I'm kind of doing the walk 25 yards, take a break for 10 seconds, repeat over and over again. Just kind of break it down into baby steps. Alright, so I'm at the top of Trail Rider Pass. Beautiful up here. It is starting to rain. Started about 5 minutes ago. So I'm kind of debating about stopping, putting a jacket on, or going for it. You can see the people behind me that passed me earlier. I just talked to 2 guys there. A couple more in the pass down there. So I'm not going to hang out here too long, meaning like another 30 seconds, and start heading down. That's Snowmass Lake down there. So there's one spot of talus. I guess it's pretty tough to hike on, but otherwise it's downhill for a while. So I'm going to get going. Alright, so this is by far the greatest amount of people I bumped into. A lot of them are doing it counterclockwise. All very nice. From Texas. They're all doing like 5-day, 4-night trips, so taking their time, enjoying it. But since we are now by Snowmass Lake, this is probably the most popular area because, again, from either direction, it's a good stopping point. It's about 8 miles from the main trailhead, so if you're doing it that way to here, it's a good overnighter. And vice versa, plus a lot of people will do it and just fish it and camp out there for a day or two. Again, I'm going to try to attempt to go beyond it a mile or 2 to make tomorrow a little bit easier. Alright, so it was raining enough a little bit ago to where I did stop and cover the pack and put on the rain jacket, and of course, now it stopped. I'm not overheating, so I'll stick it out for a while. Alright, so as you can tell, I am approaching Snowmass Lake. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at that. Barely a ripple in the water. And if you look at the far edge over there, you'll see that pool where it's an emerald color. So I guess in the morning, this is a very, very good spot to photograph, take video. So I'm now down at Snowmass Lake. Going to see if I can get some bonus miles in. See right here in front of me, I do have a river crossing, but it looks manageable here. So I'm going to see if I can get maybe another 2 miles. Waterfall. And a lot of dead timber. Alright, made the crossing, so I'm going to go ahead and see if I can get maybe a couple more miles into it. A lot of dead trees around here, that's what I was reading about. Alright, going to keep pressing on, maybe about another hour or so and I'll find a good spot, but that waterfall is just like a slide on this. I wouldn't want to go down it. Alright, so I've been doing a forest hike for the last 45 minutes or so. I'm definitely in the mood to find a site soon. And again, since I'm not familiar with the area, the only thing I'm noticing is I don't see sites in this area, and I don't hear water, and I definitely want water. So as soon as I can find a water source, even if it's a 2-inch trickle stream, I'll definitely try to start looking for a site to bed down. But it's about alright, so it's about 4 o'clock, and I found a water source, which is only about 100 yards away from here. This is not what I call a pristine camping site, but it was one of those, you know what, I want to be by water, I feel pretty good about where I am, so I decided to go here, and I can tell the little trail right here. People have been here before, but some trash. Definitely not a glorious sight. So I'll definitely be. There are some tree roots there, positioning in an area where I can sleep later tonight. But I like having the water source right above me is okay. I don't have deadfall coming on me, so I feel all right about it. Good morning. It is August 23rd, which is day 3 for me. Just finished my second night. It was an interesting night. It actually rained pretty heavily from 5 to 7 non-stop. So I was pretty much confined to my tent. I literally got done eating dinner as it started. And it got dark about 9, and it was definitely no moon. So it was the kind when you're in your tent and you see nothing. And about an hour into darkness, there was a huge crash. Couldn't have been more than 50 yards away from me. And it sounded like a giant tree that was cracking. So it was either a tree that was doing it on its own or an animal. So kind of funny, I literally had a flashlight in my hand for the next hour, but nothing came through. So obviously it was just the tree doing its own thing. So today's objective is to hike on out. I have Buckskin Pass, which is the last of the 4 passes above 12.4, and probably about 7 miles today. Everything is definitely very wet. The sun is just starting to peek through. I had my bear vault literally way over there. It's only bad enough to walk through this huge meadow of cold, wet water. So I'm only a couple of minutes into my hike, but as I thought, go around that corner and there's water all around me right now. So I do think there's a river crossing here in a few minutes. You can see the dew gets sparkling off of everything here in front of me. And again, as soon as you touch it, it absorbs right into you. So it's nice and chilly, but you can definitely see why everything is out here. And trail's definitely a little muddier today. So, well, all right, I'm already at the river crossing, and sweet, there's a bridge. So I will definitely be utilizing it. You can see, if not, you'd have to take your shoes off. You could go right there, and I think this bridge actually hasn't been here for that long. But I believe this will take care of it. It's a little wet. All right, now I'm coming up to my sign here because there are multiple trails here, so you definitely want to look and make sure you're going on the right one. So it looks like this was a camping area here, but signs up now. There's a lot of them that are being restored. So, all right, I'm going to keep on going, and again, I'm going. All right, well, this is an awesome start to the hike so far. I've literally taken 4 videos and only been out 10 minutes, but this is the Beaver Dam. And I've seen videos of it before. I didn't see the water cascading through it though. So the rains here last night must have hit it, but that is a professional dam right there, and I think it's been there for many, many years. So obviously there's one in here, which is another good reason why you want to treat your water. But all right, so now I'm finally seeing it. I'll probably try to get a couple miles in here before I shoot my next video. But beautiful. All right, so I'm back in sunlight. It was actually pretty shady on the way up here, which would be nice if you're doing it in the afternoon. And there's celery is blooming everywhere, although the tips now are starting to turn golden. So I think the growing season is, you know, definitely maybe a week to go up here, and then everything will kind of go down. So I'm now in a large bowl area. Great view of everything. Worth a slow 360. So feeling pretty good. The trail's in pretty good shape considering that it rained for 2 hours last night, but yeah, there's some clouds and stuff coming in. So I'm now at the point where I can at least see the top of the peak. So probably in a half hour or so I'll have a better view of the trail, but it's still obstructed a little bit, but kind of easy to follow and you know what to do. So I'm going to keep on moving along. Sweet view behind me where you got the contrast in the colors of the mountains, where you go to the gray to the maroonish coloring. So still working my way up Buckskin. Definitely got a ways to go, but meadow here. So when you're doing the hike, you definitely stop, obviously to catch your breath, get your strength, but also you got to look. I mean, it's just absolutely fantastic. Very, very healthy ecosystem out here. Everything is very green. It's blooming. Not a lot of deadfall. There are certainly dead trees here, but unlike Rocky Mountain National Park, you can go through areas for a half-hour hike where all the trees are dead. Didn't see that here, so absolutely fantastic here. All right, so I'm on the final approach. Hopefully I can do this in a half hour or so. Still nice weather over here. Clouds building up way over there. But, so far, I don't want to speak too early, but this has probably been one of the easier climbs, and it's probably because I was camping only a few miles away from it. It's still early morning, but so far so good. So I'm anticipating a view here, so you're all shoot it. Definitely would not want to slip here. And again, the elders are pretty high, but yeah, it's clouding up over here now. From what I heard from other people, say it was supposed to be the rainy day. This is thick and shaded, still wet, but I'm getting there. All right, I'll see if I can get a view right here. So yeah, nice view behind me. Still plugging along, but again, gonna stop every now and then and take a look. Enjoy the almost. All right, I made it to top of Buckskin Pass. 10 o'clock, good time. That was by far the easiest of the trail going that way. Here's the vista view, and if you look over here, you can see the trail all the way down there, and it looks like I got a few people that are picking up a campsite down there. It probably helps that more acclimatized to the area. But as far as the route up, what was different was the trail. You couldn't see more than a half mile at a time, but the gradient was pretty constant. It didn't have these sections where it was really, really steep, where you could go maybe 25 yards, take a break, repeat. I just found myself going 50 yards, pausing, looking at the view, admiring it, and then moving on. So weather right now is good, but it looks like there are definitely clouds around, so we'll do a 360. I believe this is 12,465, and I'll put an ish behind that. So obviously my trail is going through this way. It should be downhill for most of the way. If you look, there's a trail. It looks like it goes up there as well. I was like, oh, is this false? But I see over here. So unless I'm wrong, I'm going to go ahead and take that. So I am now down the primary ascent of Buckskin, and if you were to be going up the trail this way, it looks more like the other ones, to where you can see a defined trail going all the way up. If there were other backpackers, you would see them. So I still have not bumped into anyone yet. I saw a couple down there. Haven't quite got there yet, but still feeling. If you look right in front of me, there's a mouse, and he's, or she is, acting very, very still. I just saw a baby scamper off over there, but almost acting like if it stays still, I won't see it, recognize it. Certainly not going to bother it, but kind of neat to see. So how about Herbie? Keep moving on. It's definitely been a downhill descent. I mean, it's still going and going, but you got to remember, you're at 12.4 and change. It's a long way down to the trailhead, so it's been gradual, but getting more into like the very small talus rock. So you take these pretty cautionary and make sure I have a good foothold. I've had maybe, you know, one or two where you slide an inch or two, but it'd be a different perspective if it was really, really bad weather and you're on this and you're just trying to get to your point. Another awesome view off to my right. Wow. Instead, you have to just sort of stop every now and then and look and kind of enjoy it. So, making good progress on the trail. All right, so the last 45 minutes has actually been the slowest because there's been so many people. I bet I've passed 100. And of course, you'll have conversation with them. So it probably cut out about a half hour of my time, but it's just before 12:20 right now, so I should be arriving right around 12:30 or so. So I've finally come to a point now where I recognize it and say, yep, this is not too far from where I started my hike. All right, one last view of the lake. Absolutely fantastic. trip. Highly recommend it. I've been backpacking Rocky Mountain National Park for 16 years. This by far is the best trip I've ever